Good morning. Okay, so thank you for those early birds. Thank you. Good morning. So, shout out to Peter Castillo for Cindy Bacchus, the first viewer. Cindy Bacchus, thank you for watching. April Nicholas, thank you. Yes, it's early morning here in the US. Jezreel, thank you for coming. In a bit, I will start the presentation. So just save your questions, and I will give you time to ask questions later. And I will do my best to answer all your inquiries about this program. And I know you are eager to know on how to participate in this J1 program for teachers. So um, let's give them, um, I think, 5 minutes more before we'll start so that they will not miss all the information that I will give. Okay. Okay, thank you for um, coming and attending this webinar. So we have Cindy from Cebu City, we have Peter from Bohol, and Oscar Nunez from Rodriguez Rizal, or I think that's Montalban. Okay, so um, let's start now. So again, this webinar is a step-by-step guide on the application process if you want to join the J1 Visa Teachers Program. I know there's been a suspension um, made by Donald Trump or President Donald Trump, but I think there was an injunction issued by the judge from Northern California to also to stop the suspension, and we are just waiting as placement agency. We're just waiting for the final implementation of this injunction. Um, it says that they will implement this as soon as possible, but I don't know when is that gonna happen. But I hear feedback from my partner agency in the Philippines that the U.S. Embassy is already accepting applicants or interview schedule, but that will not start until January. So just watch and maybe wait for more information about this. But anyway, this J1 visa will continue every year because this is a program sponsored by the U.S. Department of State. Okay, so again, I just want to do a disclaimer. Um, in joining this program or participating in this program, it's just like there's so many ways. There are so many ways available out there how to join in this program. So there is what they call, one of the vloggers I have seen is telling that there are three ways that he know about this program and how to join. So one is the self-paced pathway, which is you will research, you will do everything, and of course that is very hard for those who are just um, applying for the first time. And then there is of course the they said free. I don't know where did they get that information that there is a free way to come to the US through J1 visa program. Any services rendered by a professional and a institution, I don't think there is a free, unless you are directly sponsored by the U.S. Department of State. So if you see some videos out there that's saying it's there's a free way to come and join through J1 visa program, it is from my experience and my knowledge that there's no such thing as free, especially this time. And then the third pathway is, or way is, by of course getting a service from a registered or recognized placement agency like TeachQuest USA. So it's just like there are so many ways in going to your workplaces, right? So there is a free, which you will walk to go to your workplace, or you can ride a bike. There's also one way of maybe getting the public transportation, jeepney, bus, or whatever. And then there's also the fastest way or the most comfortable way by using Grab or taxi cab. So all of those are depends on your budget. Okay, if you want to be um, comfortable and you want to reach to your workplace fast, then of course you will get the Grab or the taxi that you are comfortable because it's air conditioned. So just the same, in coming to the US in participating for J1 visa, there are so many ways. So in this webinar, I will tell you from a placement agency way. Okay, so all the information that I will give to you is on the placement agency perspective, which this might be different from what you have seen in so many YouTube channels. Okay, so let's go. Thank you for coming, and please, here we will have some norms in this webinar. So I do this in my also virtual class, that before we start we have to have our norms so that there will be a smooth and responsible way in attending the webinar. So number one is be responsible. If you have questions, just go to the chat box and type your questions, but I suggest that you have to wait till it's question and answer part so that I can see your questions, because right now I'm still presenting this, so I don't have time to go over to all the chat in the chat box. Now this is a free webinar. I will not ask for any fee, even a single cent. So this is free, but I just want to ask favor if you can please click the thumbs up button to like this webinar. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I ask you to please subscribe so you will be updated with my upcoming webinars and videos or live streams about related topics on this J1 visa teachers program. So I will be uploading more videos and also sponsoring free webinars so that you will have the first-hand information from a CEO or owner of a placement agency. Okay, so I hope we understand. Be responsible. Please click the thumbs up or like button, and please subscribe. Okay, let's proceed. So Teach Quest USA, I don't know how you heard about our company, but I know maybe it's like a word of mouth from your friends, relatives, or even office mates or co-workers before that are already here in the US. So I just want you to know about us, about our website, and of course we have our partner agency. Now this is how you have to weigh in of what kind of placement agency are you going to get the service from. So for us, I really encourage you to check if the placement agency has a partner agency in the Philippines. Why? Because it is important that there is a partner agency in the Philippines, so we are also in compliance to the rules or policies or guidelines of the Philippine government, or maybe we call it the CFO, or I know there's the POEA. So we want to be in compliance to all the guidelines, policies of both countries, the US and the Philippines. That's why I selected a partner which is very reliable, and I will discuss that later. Okay, so let's talk about TeachQuest USA. So TeachQuest USA is a teacher recruiting firm based in New Mexico, and it was started last 2018. Okay, the company was established to address the growing needs of academic institutions for qualified and experienced educators. We know that every year there's a we call this a big need or huge amount of number of teachers needed here in the U.S. because um, they have lack of maybe students or college students taking up education degree, because even here in New Mexico, in the University of New Mexico, a couple of years ago, they only have a few graduate of education. That's why that is the dilemma of the U.S. in how to get teachers every year. Okay, so our company is connected with a Philippine recruitment company that is the Prime Opportunities Incorporated. They were established since 2006 and place hundreds of Filipinos to school districts across America. So I selected Prime Opportunities because of their experience, and number two because of their quality of service, and I know they are reliable. So we specialize in providing teachers in a J1 visa program, but our company is also catering school districts that will sponsor H1B. But right now, there's so few, I think, school districts that is willing to sponsor for H1B. For, of course, reason first is because of the cost. That's why they are going to the J1 visa program. Okay, so let's. I will take a pause for a while and to acknowledge. Okay, thank you, Claire, for watching this webinar. Okay, so you're from Cebu, and thank you, Gemeline. Also, it's from you're from Kawayan, Isabela. April from Novaliches, Quezon City. Thank you for coming. Dante Ariola, thank you for coming. Please type in your location. Karen Chu, thank you for coming. You're also from Cebu. And Mahal from Pangasinan. Okay, and Charmaine also from Cebu. Thank you for attending this webinar. Okay, so let's proceed. Now, so Teach Quest USA since 2018. Okay, there you go. So we're able to place 100 teachers as of this moment, and they were successfully placed in different states in the US. Okay, so if you can see those pictures, those two pictures taken from Las Vegas, Nevada. We only went there for like a field trip, so I know we have more teachers, and I wasn't able to upload the pictures. So you can see those are the successful participants that are now in. Most of them are in their third year this year. Third year, okay. So we have teachers from north to south, east, west. Okay, so we have partners in different states. Now, let's move on. If you want to check our website, so we have www.teachquestusa.com, and our address is Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA. Okay, hold on, I will show you the website. I hope I can show the website. Okay. If you try to browse your internet browser, type in www.teachquestusa.com, so you can see this. This is our cover or front page of our website. So those are the teachers in Arizona, I guess. Yeah, teachers in Arizona. Okay. Now, if you want to know more about our successful participants, you can go to the gallery where I uploaded pictures of our teachers and new teachers that just arrived in the US. And if you want, we also have the testimonials here. Okay. I don't know if, let's wait. I think it's kind of slow. Okay. Oh, my screen messed up. Hold on. Okay, there you go. So I just want to read some of these testimonials from our successful participants. I have here Macy Chua, if you know her. She's also from Cebu. She said, TeachQuest USA provides an excellent service. They always guide you every step of the way. Very supportive and accommodating. Facilitates on our housing, visa sponsor to our application for Albuquerque Public Schools, and most of all for orientation of what is life of a teacher in the U.S. Thank you for making me feel at ease and for being always there whenever I have queries. Okay, she's in teaching in West Mesa High School. We also have one for those who are from Cebu. Maybe you know her, Ma'am Elsie Isatam. She's from used to be a dean in CTU, so she's a sped teacher in Valley High, and to boast some of her achievements, she received some awards or achievement recognition from Valley High School. So TeachQuest USA deals with matters concerning teachers efficiently, effectively, and with remarkable professionalism. I have always been impressed by the high degree of competence the team gives to teachers from the initial contact through job placement is exemplary. I have grown exponentially in my profession in imparting my knowledge in education, which serves all the cultures of the world. This is a very enriching experience. I would give my highest recommendation without any reservation for TeachQuest USA. Okay, so we also have Melissa. I think she's from Manila and used to teach in one of the LaSalle schools. So I am blessed to have TeachQuest USA and Prime Opportunities as my partners in fulfilling my own American dream, where possibilities are seamless and opportunities are meant for everybody. The journey was full of topsy-turvy. Good thing Teach Quest USA and Prime Opportunities were there for us since day one. From the nitty-gritty of collecting and submitting pertinent documents, passing house school interview, to getting a visa sponsor, I am just glad that Sir Roy and Mangay are extra thoughtful and caring. They don't just treat us as visitors here, they treat us as a family. I am glad I chose to be partners with them. Okay, so that's from Melissa, and another from Crystal Dale. So she's also from Cebu and now in teaching in one of the schools in Tucson, Arizona. She says applying here in the US is definitely not a walk in the park. Okay, it led me to numerous challenges. It was hard, but God has really been good. He sent people to help me. I would like to thank Teach Quest USA and Prime Opportunities, especially to Sir and Ma'am Roy, Tipgos, Sir Peter, Ma'am Tina. Their job is to help us and find a job here in the US. But they went an extra mile. They treated us like we are members of their family. They made it a point that our transition in the US will be comfortable as possible. You are in good hands with Teach Quest USA. So those are just um, one of the few teachers who are willingly send their testimonials to our website. And if you want more, you can go to our website and just click testimonials, and you can read a lot of experiences, and of course their expression of thanks and gratitude to Teach Quest USA, because here in our agency, it is our brand, it is our philosophy that we treat teachers as family, as a professional, because we know that teachers are the life of this industry. So that's why we I think you deserve to be treated well. Okay, let's go to our partner agency. Okay, if you want to know our partner agency, so this is it. Prime Opportunities Incorporated. They have the POAA license number. They're in third floor Royal Midway Plaza Building, 419 Tandang Sora Avenue, Barangay Culiat, Quezon City, Metro Manila, Philippines. So Prime Opportunity is a recruitment agency that specializes in placements of Filipinos in key cities overseas, having valued clients in US, Australia, Asia, and Middle East. It is Prime's core trust to bridge the gap between employers' manpower needs and the Philippines' surplus in competent, professional, and skillful manpower. So they were established since 2006. That's why I think they are Prime Opportunity is one of the most reliable agencies in the Philippines right now when it comes to teacher placement here in the US. Okay, so just go ahead and search this from the POEA website, and you can see the POEA license number. I told you, for me, as if I will be the applicant, I will check if the placement agency here in the US has a partner, because number one, at least, knock on wood, whatever happened to you here in the US, you have an agency there in the Philippines that will represent us. Okay, then you can have the first-hand information, and of course you have the an agency or a person that you can go to in case for your family to go to in case something happened to you here. And I know Prime Opportunities is expert on that, and of course they are also going to help you in gathering all your documents and also preparing your documents, uploading your documents to the sponsor, J1 sponsor, and of course for the final interview they are there. That's their job. So I encourage you to um, go and reach out to Prime Opportunities. Okay, so in this webinar, this is the overview. That's just the background and the introduction. This is the overview. So what is J1 Cultural Exchange? Who can participate based on the U.S. Department of State guidelines? What is the mechanics of the program? What are the required documents and the timeline of submission? We will discuss that one. So stage 1, Teach Quest USA pre-qualification. Stage 2, Prime Opportunities Incorporated orientation. Stage 3, initial interview screening of applicants. Of course, we want the quality, and of course the host schools or the principals are expecting that we have a we can provide them teachers with a US quality, okay, and meet the visa sponsor, and of course the US embassy interview. And the final one is the question and answer. You can type in all your um, question in the chat box, okay? So I will give you time for that, and I will answer to the best of my knowledge. Okay, let's get started. So J1 Visa Teachers Program. So this is under the Department of State of the United States. So the J1 Visa provides countless opportunities for international candidates looking to what? Travel and gain experience in the United States. Okay, so there are, I think, a lot of programs that the U.S. Department of State offers that they use the J1 visa. Okay, so teachers program is just one of the programs that they have to offer. So this program enables foreign nationals to come to the U.S. to teach, to study, to conduct research, demonstrate their special skills, or even on the job training. And this will be ranging from a few weeks to several years. And I'm glad to tell you the teacher program, I think, is the longest of all the programs, because you can teach here up to 5 years. So foreign teachers have the opportunity to teach in accredited primary and secondary schools in the United States. So when we say primary, that is K to 5, okay? And then secondary, we include middle school and high school. So for those applicants or those who want to participate, that is thinking of they can teach in colleges here in the United States, this is not the program for you. There is a program for professors. Okay, so just I think make a research on that. Okay, but for today, this webinar is for primary and secondary teachers only. Okay, so who can participate according based on the U.S. Department of State guidelines? So hold on, I think the slide is not okay. There you go. Who can participate? So any teacher that meet the qualifications for teaching in primary or secondary schools in their country of nationality or last legal residence. What does this mean? So any teachers, qualified teachers, means you have the degree, you have the license, and there are so many questions. Is this mean that we need to have license from the Philippines or PRC? Now it says here, how about if I I went to Thailand, I went to UAE, I went to Qatar for teaching, and in my stay there, I was able to get license. So here it says, if you are a qualified teachers in your country of nationality, which is the Philippines, or last legal residence. So you were able to go to Thailand legally to work as a teacher, and you acquired a teaching license there, then you're good. If you went to UAE or any Asian countries and you were able to acquire license there, I think you were good. Okay. So be working as a teacher in the home country or country of legal residence. Okay, be working as a teacher. Now, the question is online teaching considered? Now, before, I don't know in this time of pandemic that we mostly do online or virtual classes, but before the pandemic, it is required to be at least a classroom teacher. So, online teacher like English tutorial online, like you're in the Philippines and you're teaching English online in China or Korea, I don't think that they count that as a number of experience. Okay, so you should be working as a teacher in a classroom setting. So it says here, meet the eligibility qualifications, have recently within 12 months of application. So when you applied, you have completed an advanced degree and have 2 years of full-time teaching experience within the past 8 years. Okay, so this is clear. This is from the U.S. Department of State. So have a degree equivalent to a U.S. bachelor's degree in either education or the academic subject field in which they intend to teach. What does this mean? Okay, so first is, since this is a teacher exchange program, so we are expecting that you are BSE, Bachelor in Secondary Education, or graduate, or Bachelor's in Elementary Education graduate. And the next is, if what if I am not an education graduate? So it says here, academic subject field in which they intend to teach, bachelor in special education. So you are also good. Okay, because I know there's a program that is bachelor in secondary education, major in special education, bachelor in elementary education, major or specialization is special education. Okay, or bachelor in science, secondary education, major in math, major in science, major in English or social studies or whatever. So there's also, like in the case of music teachers. So if there are music teachers watching right now, so music teachers, so there is like bachelors in music education. Okay, so bachelor in like maybe choral or whatever, or orchestra. So that is in the field that you intend to teach. Okay, so there's also a case where there's a bachelor in biology, something like that. So if you are going to come here to teach science, I think that one is also accepted. Okay, so I hope that is clear. So Sherwin asked a question here. My degree was bachelor in math and science, elementary education. Yeah. So you're okay. Bachelor in math, if that is the course. Now, anyway, later on I will discuss how to be evaluated your transcript of records, okay, because they will see if you will qualify. Okay. Now, mechanics of the program. So participants can teach up to 3 years in this teacher's program, but can be extended by your host school for another 2 years. Okay, so 3 years. Then after that, if they are pleased and they're impressed with your performance, the host school can request for extension from the J1 visa sponsor, but that will be in a yearly basis. Okay, they cannot say, "Oh, I want to sponsor or extend this teacher for next 2 years." No, every year. Okay, for another 2 years. So only State Department designated sponsors are authorized to issue the certificate of eligibility for exchange visitors. So there is what we call the designated visa sponsors. Okay, and we will discuss that later on. Okay, sponsors screen and select prospective exchange visitors based on the criteria set forth in the governing regulations. Okay, so there's, let me pause for a while. So Albert, thank you for coming, watching from Davao City. Good. Cindy, I am currently finishing my doctorate degree in development education. Is it true that they prefer MA graduate than PhD or ed? Thanks, sir. Okay, yes, we will discuss that later on. Okay, let's move. So here are the required documents. If you have these documents already, then you're good. If you don't have these documents already and you're planning to participate in this program, then I suggest that you start gathering all your documents so that in time of the principal or host school interview, you already have these documents, because or at least 90% you already have these documents, because the principal wants to know if you are already ready, okay, before they will hire you. So updated resume. So updated resume means, I hope that it's all information is current, done in 2020. Okay, now if we, after the pre-qualification, we will give you a template for resume, and we will suggest or recommend on what to put in your resume. Okay, right now we don't do that for the first stage, because of course that is for the Teach Quest teachers only, those who will be qualified for the next level or next stage. So transcript of records, so that should be original, and of course if you have master's degree, it should be stamped there, graduate of masters, and you should have your diploma if you are claiming that you are graduate of masters, so you should have your diploma. And then this is the very crucial one: US evaluated transcript of records. Okay, now I know this, in this part, many of our applicants, sometimes they back out because this one needs of course some financial obligations. Okay, because this one is going to be, your transcript of records should be evaluated here in the US. And in my upcoming videos, I will let you know what are the reliable and my top 10 evaluating agencies here in the US that mostly used or widely used by the J1 teachers. Okay, so now this range from, I think, 15,000 to 20,000. I don't know, because it's like $300. Yeah. So this is a requirement. Okay. If you pay for this, if you want your transcript of records to be evaluated here, and you pay, some of the applicants are saying, oh, if I'll pay, do I have the assurance of getting hired? Well, the answer is, we cannot assure you, because this is a requirement. Okay, this is your investment. So the host school would like to know if if the university of the college that you graduated from is a legit, and if the course is also equivalent to the US credits. Okay, so this is just a requirement, and of course of the J1 visa sponsor. So this doesn't guarantee any hiring or position here in the US, because of course you need to use some out of pocket money just to have this requirement. Okay, I hope that is clear. You have to have a teaching license. Okay, from PRC, and then also teaching license here in the US, but the US evaluated transcript of record is a prerequisite before you can get a teaching license here in the US. And you don't need to worry about that at this point in time, because teaching license is only needed when after your interview from the host school. So passport valid for at least 3 years. Okay, there are some agencies, some maybe you have watched some YouTube videos that they said passport at least 6 months. No, 3 years, because if you have passport valid for 3 years, sometimes the J1 visa sponsors give you a DS 2019 for 3 years. So when you go to the US Embassy, when they see that one, they grant you 3 years visa. Okay? So if you don't have a 3 years valid passport, if you only have a passport that is valid for a year, or within a year it will expire, so the US Embassy will just grant you 1 year of visa. Okay? You cannot tell them, I will renew my passport when I get to the US. So please give me, no. If your passport is up in a year, then they will just give you 1 year visa. So it is better if your passport is at least 3 years valid. Okay, from the application time. Employment certificate. So you need to gather all your teaching employment certificate. Now, cultural activity letter, this is from your current school where you're teaching right now. That the principal will write a letter that they will express their support in your participation for this J1 visa. So it's up to you, and how are you going to ask this from your principal. But don't worry about this, because when you pass all the preliminary stages, we will give you a template for this letter. NBI clearance, very strict. It should be NBI clearance valid, or I think it's like within this year, or in maybe you got it latest. Okay, and then reference letter from supervisor, colleague, or friends. So those are the required documents. Okay, and this thing, prime opportunities, will be there to help you. Okay, now next, stage 1. This is the crucial. So Teach Quest USA will assess your qualifications based on your resume. Okay, so this is the qualifications, bachelor's degree or higher in education or academic subject field in which you're intended to teach. 5 years of experience. We really require 5 years of experience aligned to your degree. Like if you are math, at least you have 5 years experience in teaching math. If you are science, then at least 5 years in teaching. Not you are like graduate of special education, but you have 5 years teaching in other subject matter. That will be a problem because we need to have a solid experience, okay, so that you will be a standout applicant. This is a globally competition, okay. It's not only for Filipino teachers, but there are a lot of nationalities that are applying in J1 visa programs. So we need to have a standout applicants, okay. So the more experience, the better one, okay. Licensed teacher, so you have to have PRC license and no criminal background. So when you apply and you think that you need our service, then we will ask for your permission that we can Google your basic information, because there's some cases that a teacher has some cases or like criminal cases in the Philippines. Okay. Now, question of I want just to give a quick answer to Cindy's question. Okay. So they said that they prefer MA graduate than PhD or ED. Thanks, sir. Now, here's the explanation that, okay, that can be true and that can also be, of course, not true, but mostly it is true, okay. Most likely it is true, because look, here in the US, your degree is also compensated, okay. Your degree that you graduated from is compensated. If you have bachelor's degree, they have a salary grade of this. If you have master's degree, you have salary grade of this. And if you have PhD degree, they have salary grade of this. Now, if, especially in this time of pandemic, the host school has only limited budget for their teachers, okay. So anyway, they are only looking for a classroom teacher, not a professor, a classroom teacher, not an administrator. It's just a classroom teacher. So just imagine, if you are the principal, who will you hire? And of course, you are going to, as a principal, going to consider your budget. Is it your bachelor's education, master's education, or master's degree, or the PhD degree? Okay. So of course, most of the principals will pick the one with masters, because of course they need quality instruction, quality education. They pick masters because it's within the budget, okay. For PhD, sometimes, yes, if it's like big school districts, they don't mind if what degree you have, as long as they really like you, and so they will go for PhD. At least that will also give at least higher credentials to their schools. But of course, it is based on budget, okay. Now, prime opportunities, orientation. Now, in this stage, so Prime is our legal partner in the Philippines that will do the orientation and screening of the applicants interested to join the program. Okay? Oh, shout out to Brian Historiador. Okay? So, yep, Brian is one of the successful teachers here. Okay? Thank you for coming, Brian. Now, look, the job of Prime Opportunities is to prepare you prepare your documents, prepare you in coming to the US. Okay, anything that is anything that is, let's say, all issues, all procedures for the Philippines, that will be taking care of prime opportunities. When you cross the border, when you come to the US, then that is now our responsibility. So that is, that our job descriptions. Okay, it is our understanding with the prime opportunities that TeachQuest will not disclose the breakdown of the fees and estimated expenses, so that we will not have any inconsistencies. So if you want to know more of the fees and and other breakdowns, then prime opportunities will orient you. Okay. Anyway, at this point in time, we only need your resume so that you will be pre-qualified, and then after that, when you are ready to be screened for the initial interview, then the prime opportunities will contact you and orient you. But I can guarantee you that TeachQuest is one of the let's say, Brian Historiador can attest on that. We have the cheapest, okay, in terms of fees. Okay, so the one of the vloggers, one of the so many videos out there, they said that if you get an agency, it will cost you from $10,000 to $15,000. No, that's not true, because TeachQuest, we are always less than $10,000. Okay, so TeachQuest will be the one to schedule the interview that will be conducted by the prime opportunities will schedule the interview for you. Okay. Okay, so initial interview. This is screening of applicants. Okay, now let's go um, down to this. Applicants will be scored based on what? English speaking skills, because of course the medium of instruction here is purely English. So we need to have an applicant that we will recommend to the host schools that can speak clear, okay, not really fluent, but at least clear in English. Okay, so English speaking skill is very important. Content knowledge. If you're a math, so show us that you are really good in your content area. Classroom management skills and technology skills, of course. So those are the things that you need to take note. Okay. Host school interview. So after the initial interview, if you pass the initial interview, then you will be recommended for the principal's interview, for final interview. Okay, so each school has its own scoring method, so TeachQuest has no access to that method or the scoring system. So it's the principal's call who to hire. Okay, so they will all say okay, but there are some school districts that will say okay, TeachQuest just provide us this teachers for our needs. It's up to you. We know we already screen them, so we trust you. So there are some school districts that do that one, but most of them it's like the principal's discretion. Okay, TeachQuest USA will provide coaching and rehearsal before the date of interview, and TeachQuest USA will provide a standard resume template that will be submitted to the host school. Okay, so stage 5 is meet the visa sponsor. There are maybe 60 or 70 visa sponsors out there, but we selected the reliable visa sponsors. Okay, so we have our partners, and we don't have just one, but we have, I think, 4 visa sponsors, because of course visas are also limited. Okay, they have the number limited in every year. That's why we partnered with multiple visa sponsors. That's why if this visa sponsor is already out of visas, then we can go to the second, third, and fourth so that we can really help you to come to the US. Okay, so you will be interviewed by the responsible officer of the sponsoring agency. So at this point, you should be able to at least submit 90% of your documents. Okay, so they are responsible for in issuing DS 2019, that is your J1 and sponsorship, and the CVS is your information, because of course that will be what encoded in the um, system of the US. So when you arrive in the US, your name is already there. Okay, so the last stage is the US embassy in interview. So this is the final stage. This is like you will call all the saints and you will pray for all the saints out there, so that you will pass this interview. So don't worry, because Prime Opportunities will help you schedule your interview date and documents required, and you will be ready. They will assist you in filling out the service form and other documents. Okay, so just be in connection or in contact with Prime Opportunities. Okay, so thank you for all those who stayed from the beginning, and this time we are going to the question and answer portion. Okay, so only topics related or questions, topic related questions will be answered. We will answer a question based on Teach Quest USA procedure. Okay, so maybe you have asked this question, the same question from other source, other agencies, or maybe from the bloggers out there, and if you got a different answer, then I can say that is from the Teach Quest. That is what we have done for our successful applicants. Okay, go ahead. Type in your questions in the chat box, and I would be glad. I will just read it and then I will answer. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so thank you for Evelyn. Thank you for coming or attending this webinar. Joe Gonzalez, thank you for coming. And also, yeah, according to Joe Gonzalez, good evening, sir. Yes, sir, Prime is legit. They helped me with my J1. Thank you for that testimony. Sherwin Ladrica, my degree was bachelor's in math and science elementary education. So that's good. Yep. And yes, Mayberry, how about for those who graduated bachelor's of elementary education, major in early childhood education, are they also qualified for J1 program? Very good question. Okay, I like that question. Is it Barry? Okay, here. I told you earlier that in the guidelines of the U.S. Department of State, it's only primary and secondary. Primary is from kindergarten to fifth grade, and then middle school, and then high school. Okay, now is early childhood or pre-K is allowed in this program or covered by this program. Now there is only a special situation for pre-K. For early childhood, they only allow if it is a language immersion. That means like Spanish, French, Japanese, Chinese. If that is what you're going to teach, then they allow you to teach. But if it's general education or special education, I don't think the U.S. Department of State will allow that. They only allow pre-K for language immersion. But here's the thing. Um, with experience of TeachQuest and this from other sources, if you will ask this, they will have the same question. But in our case, in our experience, we have a teacher who got hired to teach first grade, kindergarten, and then there's some like two classes of pre-K. So what happens is that since you have more time in teaching first grade and kindergarten, so that teacher was able to come here. So, but up to now, she's also teaching early childhood. So those are the cases, okay, but not all the time, okay. So let's um, hope that that will happen. Okay, I hope that I was able to answer your question, Barry. Cindy Bagas, yes, ma'am, as long as they are licensed and currently teaching as you go on with the application process. Yes, thank you, Cindy. Claire Tua, for example, my undergrad degree is BA Ed SPED and my master is early childhood education and my teaching experience is on early childhood. Is it okay and be considered for hiring? Okay, so you know what? This is the good thing of having your bachelor's degree in elementary education, okay, because mostly here in the US they really consider your bachelor's degree, okay. So if you have master's degree in early childhood, but and if you get hired to teach in elementary, they will consider that. In my experience as agent, yeah, I have those cases before, okay. So they will really look into your bachelor's degree, okay. Segundino Balbuena, thank you for this opportunity. Segundino, thank you for attending, okay. Thank you so much. Adeline Vanas, I have 6 years teaching experience in elementary level as math teacher, but I have a degree in BSE math. Is that considered a teaching experience under my specific field? Thank you. Okay. If you will be hired as a high school or middle school math teacher, well, your 6 years of experience in teaching, classroom experience, yes, most of the time they will consider that one. Yes, we have a lot of cases on that. Okay, they have experience in elementary, but they're not teaching in middle school or high school here. But those experience got counted and paid. Okay, now there are also vice versa. With high school or middle school experience in the Philippines and then here in the US teaching elementary. Now, I want to also clarify this that in some states here in the US, if you are in elementary education, they require you to take a test or a class, okay, for reading elementary, okay. So if you can get that test before coming here, you can get praxis test, ETS test. The title is elementary reading, okay. So if you got that one, that is equivalent to 3 units or 3 credit hours, then you will have easy time here or in applying here in the US. Okay, so I will read more questions here. I hope I answered that one. From Flora May Arimado, do you accept applicant again? I'm teaching 4 years and 7 months already. Is that possible for me? Yes, 4 years and 7 months, of course, because for the next school year. So we are going to open again summer for the next school year. We will start collecting applications from December to January. That is for next school year. Okay, because right now we are still waiting for the implementation of the injunction. So they said that it's already okay, but still we're still waiting, and the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines are not yet implementing that one. That's why there's no visa interview in October, November, December. Okay, only January onwards. Okay, so that's good. Cindy, what is your advice, sir? Should I continue by that right now? Cindy, there's no problem with your PhD. Okay, there's no problem with your PhD. We can handle that one. We can help you if you will apply, and we will advise you what to do. Okay, that is only because we have our way in doing that. So I cannot discuss that here because maybe you will quote me and then you go to other agencies and said, oh, TeachQuest is doing this and that. No, I don't want that to happen. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of ways in helping you. Okay, so thank you. Okay, just real. Hi, sir. I graduated BE Ed SPED, MA Ed, and MS SPED. I taught in K1 to 6 regular non-SPED for 3 years and 3 years in public SPED here with ALS designation. Is it considered 6 years? Jezreel, yes. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure that your 6 years will be counted, okay, as your teaching experience. Okay, there's no problem with that, and that is a good one. You have a master's in special education. Joe Gonzalez, sir, what if former J1 next year is my second year for 2-year homestay, currently continuing my doctorate degree and not currently teaching? Am I qualified to reapply? Joe, I think you are qualified because the guideline says if you are not teaching, currently teaching, then of course at least you have experience in classroom teaching. Then if you have experience in J1, if you have a excellent record here while you have your J1 experience, then I don't think there's an excuse for them not to approve you. Okay, using my current status as student as reason for cultural exchange, sort of part of study. In that way, I don't know. Are you saying that you are a J1 student? So I don't know what's the guidelines on that, but I will take a look on that, and maybe you can just reach out to me. Hi, good evening, sir. Do you have teaching items in Michigan? Michigan is already open for teaching and for J1. So most probably we will have, okay, in Michigan. Okay. Yes, Adeline Banas, is it possible to pursue application even if the teacher is not teaching in classroom setting for the past 2 years but have previous teaching experience? Oh yes, I answered that question a while ago, that if you don't have if you're not currently teaching, it says in the guidelines that at least you have teaching experience in a classroom settings, at least 2 years experience in a classroom setting. That is for the J1 guidelines. Okay. Rosa May Baskar, hi, good evening. Yep. Okay. So go ahead and maybe I will answer 5 more questions. Okay, go ahead and type in your questions if you have questions. Right now, there was a Cindy, estimated money, sir, that we need to prepare now. Okay, so at this time you only need for your evaluated transcript, okay? And you can ask prime opportunities on that, prepare on that, and then they will also guide you, and they will also orient you on the succeeding fees that will come. Okay, there's one, Carla Marie Portes. Hello po. Good evening, sir. BS Ed grad po, teaching Filipino subject. Am I qualified to apply regardless of my major subject? Um, Carla, okay. Unfortunately, they will base the qualification in your bachelor's degree. Okay, so the bachelor's degree here is very important, very crucial. Whatever is your bachelor's degree, unless you have acquired a master's degree in math or English, then your bachelor's degree major in Filipino will what be waived because you already have masters in another subject. But right now, I mean, we cannot give you a position here as a Filipino teacher because that will be the even if you will go to the evaluating agency, they will put there you are a bachelor's degree major in Filipino, so you will be labeled there a Filipino teacher, okay, a Filipino language teacher, okay. But if you have another degree, I don't know what's your minor, and then you have your master's, then that will help. Okay, I hope I answered your questions. Almost 4 years in private school and currently teaching in public school for 2 years. So your experience in teaching is already 6 years, and that's good. Okay, but the only hindrance is your bachelor's degree. Okay. Okay, I'm still going to answer a few more questions before we will end this webinar. And again, I would like to thank you all for attending and listening from beginning to the end. And if you have more questions, just feel free to email me at info@teachquestusa.com. Okay, that is our official email address, and please log into or go to visit our website www.teachquestusa.com, and there is on the contact us button, you can go to the teachers, and then you can do the pre-qualification there. So there are some questions there that you need to answer, and then you click submit, and then we will base our assessment in your qualifications on the information you type in there. Okay, so Segundino, thank you for answering those questions. Inquiry, sir. God bless and stay safe. Thank you so much. Okay. So, yes, one more question. If you have questions, I hope this webinar enlightened you about the J1 Visa Teachers Program. Okay, this is the step by step. And this is how we successfully brought our teachers here from the Philippines. Okay, so I know Brian Historiador is online right now, and he is one of my teachers. Now, here's the thing: in most of the placement agencies and the sponsors, they only hire SPED, math, and science. Those three. Okay, SPED, math, and science. But Brian Historiador here, that he can testify that TeachQuest was able to place teachers in social studies, PE, music. Okay, so none of our competitors were able to place teachers in those areas. So I mean, um, just go ahead and research more. You are feel free to research on how to participate in J1 visa. I told you again that it's just like going to your workplace. There's a free if you want to walk or ride a bike, that's free. Or if you want to get the service of the public transportation, that is cheaper. Or you want the Grab or the Angkas or whatever taxi cab, that is pricey, but at least it will take you to your destination with comfort. Okay, so it is up to you now to decide. Okay, and we in TeachQuest and Prime Opportunities, we don't like force teachers, okay, to join us or to get our service. Okay, we have a lot of teachers who at first came to us, and then at later portion maybe they research and they found something interesting in other agencies, and they move to another agency. It's up to you. It's okay for us, okay, and we don't charge like some other agencies, like they charging transfer fees, or if you back out. No, that's ridiculous. Okay. Do we have here, sir, aside from New Mexico and Nevada, yes, what are the other possible states where applicants can be hired? Dante Ariola. Dante, there's a lot of states that we partner with. I cannot disclose all of them right now because those are proprietary information. But once you apply to us, once we get your resume and you qualified for the initial interview, then we will discuss all the states, possibilities that you can apply. Okay. Okay, you see, Brian Historiador is still online. Okay, so you can chat with him if you want. Thank you, sir, for a very informative webinar. Thank you, Claire, for attending. Thank you for your Flora May. Thank you for your sponsor. What foreign credential evaluation service do you recommend where I could send my credentials, and what are the documents that I can include? Okay, Floor. Um, I can suggest that you research on that. But once you apply to us, then we will give you all the possible and reliable evaluating agency here. But if you want, I have an upcoming video of top 5. Okay, top 5 evaluating agency here in the US that is widely used by J1 visa teachers. Okay, just wait for that upcoming videos. Okay, thank you. So Brian Historiador, TeachQuest has an awesome services, especially if you are here already in the US. They would provide you a lot. Okay, thank you, Brian. Shout out to you for that testimony. Okay, so Cindy, it says interested to apply in your agency. Thank you, Cindy. Dante, thank you, sir, for your answers. And then Karen Chu, thank you, sir. Okay, so yep, I think this is it. And so lastly, thank you so much for attending this webinar. And please don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet and like, please, I ask you to subscribe and like, so that we will be able to do more webinars and at least upload more informative videos for teachers who are interested in coming to the US. Okay, please watch our upcoming videos related in all teaching here in the US. Okay, so again, thank you all. Thank you, and I think we will end this webinar now, and I hope to see you in our next webinar, and who knows that maybe we will meet here in the US. Okay. Yes, Joe Gonzalez, welcome. Okay. Welcome sa lahat po ng nag-attend and nakinig. Thank you so much then. Okay. Okay, may question pala dito si Joe Gonzalez. Sir, do we have to apply for evaluation for ourselves? If you already have your evaluation before when you participated in a J1 visa, I think that is enough. But if you have gained or acquired more units or second course degree, then you have to update that one. Okay. Yes, we will help you on that. Okay. Yes, looking forward to Cindy. Okay. So again, thank you, and I will end this webinar and this live stream. Okay. So bye. Okay. So may pahabol si Oscar na tanong. Oscar, it depends. You mean the initial interview or the principal or host school interview? For the host school interview, on that time, at least you have applied for evaluation. Even though you don't have it on hand, at least you applied and you're waiting. I think that can be considered. How was your night?